Man, sometimes you just got to read the room. What's going on with you? This is Coach Marcus for Pro Fan Talk. And this story just came across. Rachel DeMita got fired from the Big 3 because she tweeted about Caitlin Clark, I guess, during her coverage of the Big 3. I thought that was kind of odd. But if anything, Rachel DeMita, her profile is about to blow up even more. And the only reason I'm saying that is because I just saw what happened with Sophie Cunningham. Sophie Cunningham did what she did. Her and JC Sheldon gets into it. And she gets ejected. And all of a sudden, her social media profile damn near doubles. Because you got a big contingency of people that say, hey, finally somebody stood up for Caitlin Clark. And I just thought that was hilarious. But that's the way it goes in this social media era of content coverage. Rachel DeMita has been doing this for a minute. She's no stranger to the WNBA and Big 3 and all of that type of stuff. So obviously she had a following. It'll be very interesting to see how her channel fares after this firing, because I think, again, with what we just saw with Sophie, her profile is going to go through the roof, and it's really a bad look on the Big 3, because wasn't nobody watching the Big 3? I wasn't. I shouldn't say nobody. Somebody had to be watching because the girl was covering it, and you can't get fired from nothing. There definitely is an audience there, but the WNBA is on the warpath with the visibility that they're getting from Caitlin Clark and everything that's coming with that. And now it's finally, at least in my opinion, the league is finally catching up. You got the Caitlin Clark effect, and everybody bitched and moaned because, well, we're not getting the attention, it's us two, and everything that everybody was bitching about. When clearly everybody, the audience, was telling the sponsors and the broadcasts, this is the person that we wanted to see. Everybody bitched, moaned, and complained because, hey, there's other people in the league, and why are you focusing on one person? And I understand the gripe, not the first time it's happened, won't be the last. You follow the money. The audience dictates where you want to watch, and the audience said they want to watch Caitlin Clark. Everybody else is starting to catch up. New York is the defending champs. Every game New York plays, it's a sellout. It's fun to watch. Sabrina Ionescu is balling. The viewership is up. Atlanta's viewership is up. They're balling. They got a good team this year. Phoenix Mercury, watching Satu Sabally, Golden State. Everybody's getting up. Even Dallas. Dallas is not a really good team right now, but Paige Beckers is playing off the charts right now. So every team's got somebody that people want to see. Obviously, Caitlin Clark is still out front. But everybody else is finally catching up, and the league as a whole is finally bubbling up, and they catching up with it, which is what they always wanted. In my opinion, people were just upset last year because Caitlin Clark was so far ahead and everybody else wasn't getting that limelight like she was getting. And it made some people jelly. But in this situation, she's been covering the Big 3. I never watched the Big 3. I didn't even know who she was. I had seen her before, and I'd seen some of her content. But I never what the last thing I heard from the Big 3 was them talking about Ice Cube offering Caitlin Clark the $5 million deal or whatever it was, and she turned it down. That was really the last thing I heard about the Big 3. Ice Cube took his shot. It didn't work. He tried to get the big ticket, and he whiffed. I ain't mad at him for him taking that shot. That's what you're supposed to do, especially when the W wasn't acting right. But it is what it is, and we see what's going on with the W now. You got more attention. The WNBA is leading the headlines, whether it's Caitlin Clark popping 3 threes in 38 seconds or the fight with Sophie Cunningham and JC Sheldon. Everybody's watching something with the WNBA. The WNBA is where you want to be right now. You got all the celebs coming to the game. Now every game, doesn't matter where it is usually a celebrity somewhere in the stands. And when you get that type of attention, now it has become in vogue to go to a WNBA game. And that's the key. I use this example. Back in the day when I was working at Apple, and Apple had the Beats by Dre. I remember when Beats by Dre came out and they were $400. And I was like, who the hell is going to pay $400 for headphones. I couldn't grasp it. And what did they do? They gave them away. They gave them to all of the NBA players, and they said, hey, we're going to give you these. The only thing I want you to do is wear them during warm-ups. And that's exactly what they did. And for a time, it seemed like every popular NBA player was warming up and had the Beats by Dre on while they were shooting jump shots. That's it. They didn't have to put no commercials out. What the NBA stars, what the NFL stars, what they do, everybody else will follow. And what do you think happened? All of the college players started wearing them. All the NCAA football players started wearing them, going out there and warm-ups, they would have their headsets on, getting warmed up, stretching. That's all they wanted. And sure enough, when they finally hit the stores for $400, everybody was buying them for $400, even though it was a ridiculous price. Because they saw the NBA and the NFL players wearing them, it trickled downhill. That's what's happening with the WNBA. I saw the guy, I don't remember what his name is. I guess the guy that plays for the Golden State Warriors. Because I saw a lot of posts on Twitter saying that he's really not a good player. He trying to get his profile up being at the, games, because most of the content I saw was like, man, if he don't sit his ass down somewhere, the dude with the shaggy hair, I forget what his name is. I'll put a picture up of him. But I find it interesting that all of this stuff is going on now. And the Big Three fires this girl because she fired off a couple, three random, really it was one tweet, and then she shared something else. And why would the Big Three get that jealous over something like that? I guess I understand it, but I'm like, you got to read the room on that one. It didn't take away from your coverage. Now you're going to get more negative publicity than anything else, because watch and see. This girl's profile is going to blow up. It was already big. Now it's going to go up to the next level because she got fired, and because it was behind Caitlin Clark, you're going to have a lot of people that back Caitlin Clark now that's going to be backing her. And you know what she's going to do? All her content going forward is probably going to be related to Caitlin Clark. And the Big Three is going to lose out. She got a big channel, and now it ain't covering the Big Three no more. I don't understand where some of these people think like that. I don't know what the Big Three media department or whoever hired her. I don't understand the logic behind that, but they did what they did for a reason. And we'll see what they're going to do next. Who's going to fill her place? Who's going to take her place? Because she was bringing eyes to it, but we'll see what they're going to do, man. Caitlin Clark effect. Here we go again. So we'll see what's going to happen next for Rachel DeMita. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody from the W picks her up. They might as well. If she's bringing the eyes like that, the WNBA would do well to find a place for her. So we'll see what they're going to do.